Hey everybody, I'm JJ. You're watching Reality Survival. So today we're going to talk about breathing, because breathing is important. And you know, if you don't have the ability to breathe for a few minutes, then you'll probably pass out and you might die. Now, in most circumstances, and when it comes to disaster preparedness and survival and those kinds of things, we take breathing for granted quite a bit. And that's understandable because it's just easy to do and we don't think much about it. But there are actually quite a few circumstances where you could have a situation where you might have the quality of your air could be compromised. Maybe it's a chlorine gas leak from a rail car, you know, going down the train that, you know, was ruptured or opened or something along those lines, and it's contaminated the air if you live near a railway. Or maybe you live near a chemical plant, you know, some sort of a processing plant or a distillery, or you know, like what am I thinking of with gasoline? Refinery, like a refinery or something. And there was some sort of an accident or something. Or maybe you live in an industrial area where there was a big fire and some toxic chemicals are coming your way or something along those lines. And so it's not outside the realm of the possibility that, depending on where you live and what your circumstances are and all that kind of stuff, that there could be a situation where you could need to have a gas mask. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. This is the, what is it? It's the CM-6M from Mira Safety. Now, Mira Safety is down in Austin, Texas, and I recently started up a affiliate relationship with these guys. They've got actually a lot of cool stuff on their website that you might want to check out. You know, I mean, I'd suggest heading over there. I'll put the affiliate link down in the description below. Check it out. It's not just gas masks. They've got a lot of other things on their site there as well. And, you know, prepping related items and things like that. And so pretty cool stuff that they make. So this is what they call the nuclear survival kit. So I'm going to take this whole thing out. As you can see, it's made to be able to wear almost like a, CBRN kit, gas mask kit in the military or something, where you can hook this onto your belt. It's got some leg straps on here so you can strap it around your leg, and you could have quick access to the mask. Now, the vast majority of people who are basic, everyday, real-life preppers are probably not going to be running around with the gas mask on their kit, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But that's not where I see them being used. I mean, where I see these being used is having a few of these in the house, you know, one for each family member. And they even have kits for infants and for small kids on their site. And so you could have one for each family member, have some filters for it, just in case there was something that happened where you had to, you know, put those on while you evacuated an area. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's real possible that there's going to be a nuclear war. I've talked to you guys about that multiple times. The concept of mutually assured destruction does a pretty good job of keeping us safe for the most part. Now, China is getting a little bit crazy, and they are doing some, you know, a buildup of their nuclear force and talking tough and everything, but they're probably not going to do anything crazy. But you never know, right? Being a prepper is all about being prepared. It's all about having all the contingencies covered. And so the nuclear survival kit is one of those tools in the toolbox. So let's open this up and take a look at it. Comes in the kit comes a canteen that's, you know, that's capable of being hooked into the drinking system on the mask. So that's kind of cool because when you're wearing, if you've ever worn a gas mask, chem suits, any of that kind of stuff, hazmat suits, whatever, and they have those on their site and stuff too, then you know that you go through a lot of water. It's really important to stay hydrated. And so I think that's cool that they include that. Next thing we got in here is, I'll wait on the mask. They got some Thyrosafe iodine tablets. Comes with the kit, which that is pretty cool. The whole point behind these is if you know that there is going to be some sort of a nuclear strike or radiation leak or something along those lines where you're going to be close to it, you can start taking these tablets. There's 20 tablets in there. and that will help saturate your thyroid with this iodine, and because that is one of the primary issues that you need to worry about with like a nuclear strike is the iodine, the radioactive iodine. I don't remember specifically what the name of it was, but this will keep your thyroid from being able to absorb it. And I did a video on this a while back talking about the different chelating agents that you can take that will help to protect you from radiation poisoning as well. So if I remember, I'll link that in the description below, or you guys can search that out. But yeah, so that's kind of cool that they throw in some iodine tablets, because those are important. All right, and that is that. And then, before we get to the mask, and then they throw in their one of their filters. This is their NBC filter, NBC-77 SOF, special combined filter. And so NATO standard filter. All right, got your 40 millimeter threads on there, so that's going to work on any NATO approved, style gas mask. And then that's pretty much it. That's the contents of the kit with the, with the bag here as well. And now we've got the mask. So the mask is pretty cool. It's actually a high visibility mask. Let me toss it on here real quick. So it's a high visibility mask, and they say that you have 95% of your intelligibility as far as speaking goes because of a special diaphragm that they have in here. So that's kind of cool. Also, as you can see, you've got a place on the left side and a place on the right side for putting the filters. So you can choose if you want to do right or left based off of if you were in a situation where you had to fire a rifle, which side of the if you're right-handed or left-handed, where you wanted that to mount. So that's cool for either right or left-handed people. You've also you can also do two filters if you want at the same time, if you, for whatever reason. It's got a nice wide field of view, so you can see what's going on around you. It's a polycarbonate lens, and the rubber on it is called bromobutyl. It's a bromine butyl rubber. It's got a high level of resistance. I just want to show you the inside of the mask here. It's got a high level of resistance to lots of different kinds of chemicals. So that is good from a chemical weapons perspective, as far as if there was some sort of a chemical attack or something like that. And the inside of it is real comfortable, fits on the face really well. You've got your drinking tube right here so that you can drink from it as well. And that mounts up here. Let me pull that out for you. Oh, it comes off this way. There's a little hook. It's pretty smart way they did it. There's a little hook right up here that the tube, the drinking tube, comes down, and then you can plug it into the bottle. Let me see if I can get it in there without having to spit all over it. Make it a little easier. There we go. So then that allows you to drink from your canteen and all that kind of stuff from your mask. So the two hook together, so that's good, and that's a similar feature to what the military canteens have and all that kind of, or the military gas masks have as well. So I'm just going to put this back on here so it's back in place. So pretty cool little gas mask. Again, these are the kind of things that it might not be the thing for everybody. If you live way out away from the city, if you live in a more rural area or something along those lines, then something like this is probably not something that would be necessary for you. But if you live in the suburbs, or if you live anywhere adjacent to industrial areas or railways, or something along those lines, then, or if you're worried about a nuclear attack and being able to be prepared for that, then yeah, this would obviously be the ticket and the way to go. I've actually got a couple of videos I wanted to show you guys on some other old civil defense stuff, as far as a radiation meter, a personal dose meter, and stuff like that. So I'll be doing videos on those here pretty quick too. And I think those are cool, just even from a nostalgic period and you know, kind of thing, just from back in the old days of civil defense. But this is a good complement to go with those. I store it like this, so you can just grab and put it over the top of the head like I showed you earlier. That's how we kind of did it in the military, but I don't know if that's the way that they recommend, but anyhow, this is a good complement to having some of that gear to be able to deal with radiation and all that kind of stuff. You don't, the real concern, just so you know, is you've got basically 3 types of radiation. You've got alpha, beta, and then gamma. And the alpha and the beta are what this protects you from. And essentially it is, you know, the fallout particles and the ash and the dust and stuff like that that's in the air. And those particles can become irradiated. And if you breathe those in, then they get into your lungs and into the inside of your body, and they cause a lot of damage with the sensitive lung tissue and everything like that. With alpha particles, if you get it on the outside of your skin, it's going to be a minor burn. It's not going to be that big of a deal. You can brush it off. Even just a thin layer of clothing or some sort of a hazmat suit or anything is going to protect you from the alpha. Beta particles are a little bit more troublesome, but you know, with the appropriate hazmat suit and or multiple layers of clothing or whatever, you're pretty well covered. From what I remember, I'm going off memory here. It's been a long time since I've learned about this stuff. But then the gamma radiation is what you got to worry about. It's penetrating. It'll penetrate through lots of different things. And the best way to fight against gamma radiation is time, distance, and shielding. And so you want to get as far away as possible, as quick as possible, or put as much material between you and the radiation source as possible. And if there was a nuclear blast, you really, there's a lot of variables in this stuff, but if you were a reasonable distance away from the blast, say 25 miles or more, then you probably would only have to stay inside for 2 weeks or so, depending on the size of the blast, where the wind patterns are, all this kind of stuff. And then after that couple weeks, you could start venturing outside, and you would need some equipment like a dose meter and radiation level detector and all that kind of stuff, like I was talking about. But when you'd go outside, you'd also want to have a mask like this or something, if that was just to keep from potentially, if you're stirring up dust or anything like that, you'd want to not breathe in that material, if at all possible. So playing into that whole nuclear war scenario, then this is one of those important items to have, and really so are the iodine tablets as well. So pretty cool kit from Mira Safety. They also do send stickers, a bunch of stickers if that's your thing. I put one on my toolbox over there. But yeah, if you're looking to complement your preps with things that will help you breathe, then I recommend checking out Mira Safety, and I'll put links in the description below and you guys can have a look at it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, and don't forget to live the 6 P's. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.